Hey family, it's Pastor Charles here at Kingdom Life. I pray all is well with you and your family and that God is blessing your life. You know, there's a powerful scripture in Psalms 3:3. It says, "But thou, O Lord, art a shield for me. You are my glory and the lifter of my head." I want to thank God for lifting our head during this season. I want to give you a quick update on where we are as a church and how we're going to go forward. First of all, I want to say thank God that we have not lost anyone in our congregation. I know many of you have lost family members and friends, and I'm praying for you and your family and friends that God would continue to bless your life. Secondly, I want to thank all the members and friends of Kingdom Life for being so faithful. You've been a faithful church. You've been committed, and you've allowed us to continue to do awesome things, and to God be the glory for all of that. So listen, COVID-19, we started hearing this thing in January, and then we started hearing all these words in the month of March. Quarantine, emergency declarations, shelter in place. It was on, and we needed to take some measures to make sure we keep our congregation safe. So we followed the guidance of the CDC and our local officials. We canceled all of our worship services and in-person activities because we wanted to be wise as a church and make sure we do everything we can to keep you safe. Well, since that time, we have a lot of confusing signals and a lot of people are saying a lot of different things, but we still want to walk in the wisdom of God. I know sometimes we get a little impatient. I know all of us are ready to come back to church. Man, I miss you guys so much, and I'm ready for us to get back together. But we gotta be wise. And then until then, we know God is doing something big. You see my shirt. The church has left the building. God has taken us out so we can share our faith with the world. I wanna let you know, your church leaders are working hard to make the right decision about when it's time to reopen our facilities. This is a very difficult decision, probably the toughest one I've made in 30 years of ministry, and I want to make sure we make a responsible decision. You know, COVID-19, over 1 million people have been tested positive in the United States, and 80,000 people or more have lost their lives. I really think about them, and I really think about us. We want to make sure we make a good decision. And then here in the state of Georgia, remember Georgia was one of the very first states to reopen and allow gyms and tattoo bars and all kind of stuff to come open. So we've got to really be careful because churches are vulnerable places because we have large crowds and we're very sociable people. You know, our sanctuary is a large sanctuary. We can seat hundreds of people, and we have a gymnasium. We can have hundreds of people there. We have a school staff, we have a church staff, and we have a lot of things going on. We've got to be very careful that we make a good decision. Now, you know we never operate in fear. God's not given us the spirit of fear, and certainly we won't start now. But we do want to operate in faith. We know faith without works is dead. So we want to make sure that we open the doors when it's God time. And we know God will protect us and guide us. In the meantime, church family, the church is open. We've been engaged. The church has left the building, but we're in the community and we're doing a lot of amazing things that I think will really make you happy. We've ministered the gospel all over the world. We've held some very powerful drive-in services. We've had powerful online services. Over 25,000 people have watched us online in 60 days. We've still supported our church members through grief and through loss, victories, challenges, job losses, crisis situations. We delivered groceries to our senior citizens. That was amazing. We provided face masks for our senior citizens. We provided over 400 meals to first responders and 911 operators. We've honored our high school graduates. We've helped many people with benevolent offerings. We've still supported international ministries through Covenant Fellowship International. We've assisted families and seniors with technology needs. We've supported many local businesses. We've conducted men's fellowships online. We've conducted Ladies of Life Fellowship online. We've done youth ministry Zooms online. We've held over 98 prayer calls at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. And listen to this. We've given over 600 grocery bags out, feeding 1,500 people and impacting a lot of families over the last couple of months. Not only that, we've done a Chick-fil-A drive-through lunch just so people who need lunch could get it. We fed the homeless. We've helped many homeless shelters. We even did a community walk in honor of the young man that was killed and lost his life in Brunswick. We've given donations to other local congregations just to be a blessing to them. We've given donations for tents to be constructed for the homeless here in Savannah. We've partnered with Savannah Feed the Hungry to feed people all around the city. And on March 23rd, we're going to have another huge Feed the Hungry event here at Kingdom Life. Gratefully, we've also retained all of our staff. We've compensated our staff during this time, and we've completed our elevator construction. That's right, so we can go to the second floor in Next Dimension now. So look, we've done a lot of things. God's still blessing us. The church is still open. Our elders, our staff, our volunteers have all been engaged. Here's a quick news clip just to show a little bit of what Kingdom Life has been doing during COVID-19.
On this Good Friday, a gesture of goodwill and appreciation for those who are working to keep the community safe. A Savannah church gave their thanks to Savannah's finest with a thank you lunch. Sean Evans shows us.
More than a meal, these first responders also got smiles, waves, and cheers as they passed through, all a sign of gratitude for the work that they're doing on the front lines of public safety.
We love first responders. We think they're making a great sacrifice, continuing to serve our community, even at a time like this.
Pastor Charles Roberson not only leads at Kingdom Life Christian Fellowship in Savannah, he's also a chaplain for Savannah Police. That gives him a unique perspective into the stressors officers are already up against, even without a global pandemic affecting the community that they serve.
A lot of times we forget the fact that they have families, they have a spouse, they have children, and their families are concerned about them because they don't get to shelter in place. They have to make contact with the public, and they've got to be out here. So when we think about what's going on with the pandemic we face, we thought our first responders would be the best thing we could do to really serve our community.
Starting at noon, patrol cars from a variety of departments started filing in, getting a meal put together by church members and Barnes Restaurant. This gesture of appreciation comes not long after Savannah Police announced a reserve officer is home after testing positive for COVID-19, and a handful of other officers are self-quarantining and awaiting test results.
And our hearts and prayers go out to this officer and to all of the officers who are quarantining at this time. We are hopeful that everyone can recover fully and they can come back to service and they can continue to serve this community with pride.
In Savannah, Sean Evans, WTOC News.
All right, Church family, so I want to remind you that we're engaged, we're focused, and we're committed to continue to impact generations here in the Coastal Empire and beyond. We've initiated a COVID-19 task force. We're working really hard to make sure our facilities are clean and that we're putting plans in place so we can safely re-enter our facility and be blessed as we continue to walk with the Lord. Remember, we're walking by faith. We're taking faith steps. God is leading us. He's showing us what we should do, and we just know that our latter is going to be greater than our former. Hey, we're going to continue all our services for the meantime online. Going to continue our prayer calls. We're going to continue to be engaged, and occasionally we'll do the driving services, so you can just drive in the parking lot, stay safe, and worship with us as we worship an amazing God. Stay connected to us. We're going to have more updates coming your way, and remember that we are Kingdom Life Strong, and the coronavirus will not win because the victory belongs to Jesus. Love you, Kingdom Life. Stay strong. See you soon.